So today we're going to be taking a look at the new 900,000 ruble thermal scope, the REAP IR. It's now been made available to buy at Skier, and as you can see it costs 8,500 euros. So you can see the reticule there. It's quite a nice looking thing, but 8,500 euros is quite the outlay for any kind of scope. So it's also released a new mount, so this is the D-lock mount. It's 62 euros. You're going to need that to put it on your gun. So there it is. And as you can see, at the current conversion rate on my profile, if I want to get the required amount of euros, it's going to cost me 910,000 rubles for this scope. So it's pretty expensive. I'm just going to go ahead and get enough rubles to buy the mount for it, and we'll buy the mount and the scope and we'll take a look at it. And there you go, I've just spent nigh on 1,000,000 rubles on one item. Scary. So there she is, sat in my inventory, proud as punch. So we'll drag the mount on, drag the scope on, and it does look nice, but looking nice and being worth 1,000,000 rubles are two very different things. So we're going to go out and we're going to have a little look and see how it performs in the field. So here we are in the pitch black in factory. I'm going to put my night vision on so I can see where I'm going, and I'm going to try my scope in black hot mode, and it's utterly useless. In white hot mode you can actually see what you're trying to look at. So we'll find ourselves a scav and we'll see what they stand out like. Now if you control and right click, you can change from having the full-on view of your scope, and it will give you a much more usable view when you use a night vision, because you retain your peripheral vision. So this is how I would use the scope. We've got ourselves a scav. You can see him in the dark. It stands out plain as day, bright white in the factory. So in terms of visibility, the scope performs really well. So if we have a little look back at the body, you can see shining bright as day. You can't really see it without. You change to the different mode, take off the night vision, and the black hot works quite well. And the white hot works equally well in the dark, but you still need to see your way around. So unless you're going to have your scope out the whole time, it's going to be difficult to use it with night vision. So we're going into customs and we're using the black hot mode. It's night time, but it's not particularly dark, and again the white hot vision is much better. Putting on the night vision and the scope is not performing particularly well. As you can see, you're completely blind in black hot, and white hot is just about usable. So we'll have a look, see what sort of range we're getting. I mean, that scav's quite far away, you can't see him in the dark. When we put our night vision on, again, it's really difficult to use and completely useless in black hot mode. So you can make out the figure, but you're going to need to have your night vision off. Stands out reasonably well in black mode, and white mode is obviously the very best. So in terms of picking out a target at a glance as you're just sweeping round, the scope is really good. But you'll see when you're trying to aim up a headshot, as the scope refreshes itself the screen, it moves your aim point. So if you're carefully trying to aim for the head of someone in the distance, for that crosshair to keep moving like that, that is really going to grind your gears. So I'm not sure if this scope is filling me full of confidence that its value in the field matches its value in your bank balance. As I said, picking out targets in the dark at range, we never would have seen him had we not had this scope. So it does have its benefits, but do the drawbacks outweigh those benefits? That's going to be for you to decide how you value the scope. So we'll take a look at its daylight performance. This scav is a long way away, it's a hazy day, and he's lit up like a Christmas tree, and at a glance you can easily see there's someone behind that car, so not so good in the black hod mode, but you can still pick the guy out. So my view is that this scope is going to be best used as a spotting scope instead of being the main optic for your rifle. It has a tactical mount on it, so I believe it's going to be able to be mounted to your helmet, so you can use it for scanning the vista at a glance, picking out targets, and then once you know where they are, you can use your main optic to take them out. So I think that's going to be where this scope comes into its own. But again, 900,000 rubles, I think I'd rather glue my hands to the back of a bus than take out a 900,000 ruble scope in any raid. So it's going to be up to you how you view it. If you've got millions of rubles kicking around, then you've seen how the scope performs, so you know this could be the scope for you. But there you have it. So that's about it from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or suggestions, post them in the comments below and I shall do my best to answer them. And check me out on Twitch. I'll catch you on the flip side.